I'm gonna make you a world with these two hands today. Put a love, memories, and laughs in all that I create.
In honor of National Quilting and Sewing Month, I'm pairing up with FatQuarterShop.com to share a free heart quilt block pattern. Download the template by clicking the link in the video description, then follow along as I demonstrate how to assemble it. At 27.5 inches square, this is a rather large quilt block, so it can be used as the center panel of a quilt, or you can sew several together. Alternately, you can easily size it down by cutting the squares smaller. Begin by washing and ironing your fabric. Cut 30 pattern squares that are 5 by 5 inches. I'm choosing to keep my patterns monochromatic within each heart, with each completed heart block a different hue. Next, cut 16 solid background squares that are 5 by 5 inches. I'm opting for white. To construct the heart, 10 of these solid background squares will be turned into half-square triangles. You can measure and draw a diagonal seam guide on the back of these squares, but I find it's faster to just fold the square in the diagonal and press. It doesn't matter which side you press on, just make sure all the edges are aligned. Press 10 of the solid background squares. Now lay out your squares as shown on the printed instructions. We'll start sewing top left on row 1. Layer a patterned square face down on a pressed background block. Right sides should be together. Flip over the fabric so you can see the pressed line. Sew on top of this line from point to point. Fold back the patterned fabric and press, creating a half-square triangle. If you'd like, you can trim the layer of patterned fabric underneath a 1/4 inch away from the seam to reduce bulk. Or you can leave the fabric doubled if you're sewing with a thin fabric like cotton. Sew the next patterned square to the first along the right edge using a 1/4 inch seam. Open and press. Repeat the previous steps to create the next 2 half-square triangle pieces.
Don't feel afraid to innovate. Don't miss a chance to be creative. Don't. Try this at home. Try this at home.
Continue to follow the printed diagram. Rows 2 and 3 are simply strips of 6 patterned squares sewn together. Follow the diagram to complete rows 4 through 6. Once all of the rows are completed, you can sew them together. First, lay out all the rows. Then fold down row 1 on top of row 2, right sides together. Align and pin at seams. Sew along the long top edge with a 1/4 inch seam. Press from both sides. I'll probably attach 12 of these blocks with white sashing, then add a rainbow border to finish the quilt. If you sew one of these blocks, feel free to come share your work on Made by Marzipan. For more great DIY videos, check out StyleHall's YouTube Partnership Network. To see written instructions and print the Fat Quarter Shop's free pattern, visit madebymarzipan.com and search for Heart Quilt.
Try this at home.